"You can't be in here," the staff member snapped. "Where are your parents?" That's what she was told, loud enough for people nearby to stop and stare, all because a 14-year-old black girl was sitting quietly at the gate, waiting to board her flight. She wasn't causing trouble. She wasn't doing anything suspicious. She was just sitting with her backpack, a book in her lap, and a boarding pass in her hand. But apparently that wasn't enough. Her name is Amara. And what happened to her that day shocked everyone, especially the airport staff. But what they didn't know was that her father was on the way. And when he arrived, let's just say they regretted everything. It was supposed to be a simple trip. Amara was flying solo for the first time, going to visit her aunt for the summer. Her dad had dropped her off early, helped her check in, walked her through security, and made sure she found her gate before heading out. She had everything she needed: her boarding pass, her ID, a signed minor travel form from the airline, and even a lanyard they gave her that said unaccompanied minor. She did everything right. But while she was waiting, a gate agent, let's call her Karen because, well, it fits, walked over with a scowl on her face. Without even greeting her or asking her name, Karen said, "Excuse me, sweetie, this area is for passengers only." Amara looked up confused. "I am a passenger." Karen frowned. "Are you sure you're in the right place? Where are your parents?" "I'm flying alone," Amara said, pointing to the lanyard around her neck. But Karen didn't even glance at it. Instead of checking the documents, Karen waved over another staff member and whispered something. Suddenly, Amara found herself surrounded by two adults who acted like she didn't belong there at all. People were watching, whispering. One couple even moved their luggage away. One of the staff members said, "Come with us, please. We need to verify something." Amara, nervous and overwhelmed, followed them, but not before texting her dad. "Dad, I think they're taking me away from the gate. I didn't do anything wrong." They took her into a small customer service room. Not quite an office, more like an interrogation spot. No windows. One chair. A desk. They began asking questions. "Where are you going? Are you sure this is your flight? Where's your confirmation email?" She answered everything calmly. Showed them her ID, her ticket, the official paperwork with her dad's contact number. Even the airline's unaccompanied minor form, all correct. But they just kept looking at each other with suspicion. One finally said, "We've just never seen someone fly alone like this. You don't seem old enough." That's when it clicked. It wasn't about the paperwork. It wasn't about the rules. It was about her. Meanwhile, her dad, Marcus, had just parked to leave the airport when he got her text. He called immediately. She answered, whispering, "They took me to a back room. I don't know why." That was enough. Marcus turned around. And here's the part they didn't see coming. Marcus wasn't just any dad. He was a civil rights attorney, and a well-known one in the city. He had spent over a decade fighting cases exactly like this: discrimination hidden behind policy, bias disguised as procedure. And now it was personal. Within 20 minutes, Marcus was standing at the customer service desk, calm but firm. "I'm looking for my daughter, Amara Johnson. She was taken from the gate by your staff." The same Karen from earlier appeared, this time looking a bit nervous. "Oh, yes. We had to verify her information. She didn't seem prepared." Marcus raised an eyebrow. "Didn't seem prepared? Or didn't seem like the kind of passenger you expected?" Karen blinked. I'm sorry, sir. We were just following protocol." Marcus smiled, but not the happy kind of smile. "I know your protocols. I've actually sued airports before over them. So unless you want to see my name in your inbox again, I suggest you explain why a minor, with all valid documents, was removed from a boarding gate and questioned without contacting her guardian." The room went quiet. A manager arrived within seconds. Apologies flew faster than planes on the runway. They claimed it was a misunderstanding. Said they were just double-checking for her safety. Blamed it on training errors. But the truth was obvious. They saw a young black girl sitting alone and assumed something was wrong. No cause, no violation, just bias. Marcus didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He took names, recorded statements, took a photo of the staff members who were involved, and let them know this wouldn't end here. They escorted Amara back to the gate, and yes, the same flight she had been waiting to board all along. Passengers nearby looked confused. Some applauded. Others looked ashamed. One woman leaned over to Marcus and whispered, "I'm so sorry. I saw it happening and didn't say anything." He simply replied, "Next time, say something." The story didn't end at the airport. Marcus filed a formal complaint with the airline and airport authority. Then he posted about the incident on social media, carefully, respectfully, but truthfully. Within 24 hours, the story blew up. Thousands of comments poured in. News outlets picked it up. The airline issued a public apology and promised mandatory anti-bias training. But for Marcus and Amara, the victory wasn't the apology. It was the awareness. The reminder that these things still happen, even in 2025. Even to kids. Even in public places. This wasn't just about Amara. This was never just about one girl, one flight, or even one rude staff member. This was about how people are still treated differently, in quiet, everyday ways, for no other reason than how they look. Amara had every document. She followed every rule. She was polite, respectful, and prepared. And yet, that wasn't enough. Why? Because somewhere, deep down, someone made an assumption. A silent judgment that she didn't belong. That something must be off. That she couldn't possibly be flying alone, not her. That kind of thinking? It's dangerous. And sadly, it's invisible to the people who don't experience it. It hides behind words like, "We're just making sure." It's for safety. You didn't look like an unaccompanied minor. But make no mistake, those aren't innocent phrases. They're microaggressions, coded language that tells someone, you're not welcome here until you prove yourself. And that's the real issue. It's not always loud or violent or caught on camera. More often, it's quiet bias, disguised as concern. It's the double standard no one talks about until someone brave enough, smart enough, or fed up enough decides to push back. And in this case, someone did. Marcus didn't just speak up. He did it the right way, calmly, legally, professionally. And that made all the difference. He held people accountable. He reminded them that there are laws in place, that policies must be followed, and that being uncomfortable with someone's presence is not the same as someone breaking the rules. So to every parent watching this, whether your child looks like Amara or not, teach them more than just manners. Teach them their rights. Teach them to be respectful, but never silent when something feels wrong. Let them know they are allowed to question authority when that authority is clearly in the wrong. And to every staff member, official, or person in power, please understand, the way you treat people matters. The decisions you make in seconds can impact someone for years. And just because someone looks young or different or doesn't fit your mental image of what's normal doesn't mean they're suspicious. It doesn't mean they're doing anything wrong. Because the truth is, not everyone will stay quiet. Some people will speak out. Some will document it. Some will fight back. And some of them are attorneys. Attorneys who know the law inside and out. Who've spent their careers holding people accountable. And when it's their child on the line, they don't just push back, they make sure real change happens. This story should be a wake-up call, not just for airport staff, but for all of us. Because discrimination doesn't always wear a name tag. Sometimes it hides behind policy. But no matter how it shows up, it needs to be called out. So the next time you see someone being treated unfairly, don't look away. Don't stay silent. Even the smallest voice can make a difference. Because stories like Amara's, they shouldn't happen, not anymore. And if they do, let's make sure the people responsible always regret it.